What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Double A Hef here with another dose of the Truth Scope. So, I've been actually wanting to do a video like this for quite a while, but now I figured since I've been doing this for over a year now, and I have over 200 videos, which is a shock to me. It adds up quick. I've come a long way, so now I think I have enough material where I can do a responding to your comments. Now, some comments I actually already responded to, others I haven't. So I'm just going to go through the comments on this video, and let's just go through there. So the first one looks like I already replied to. No, I didn't reply to. So this person said, why would anyone give respect to Jesse Lee Peterson? And also this video that we're talking about, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's actually a good video. Jesse Lee Peterson is on the Dr. Rashad Ritchie show, which is called Indisputable. And basically, it's a very, very short interview, if you want to call it that. I don't want to spoil too much, but basically that's what the episode is about. It's me discussing how that interaction went down and stuff like that. So, why would anyone give respect to Jesse Lee Peterson when he doesn't respect people who don't believe in what he believes in? Jesse said the most hateful and evil things about black people and other races. I don't feel he did anything wrong when it came to kicking Jesse Lee Peterson off his show. That is the same thing Jesse Lee Peterson do. Well, actually, no, that's just not correct. I've seen enough Jesse Lee Peterson shows, videos, whatever you want to call it, to know that quite the contrary. He does not run, and he has everyone on his show. He lets everyone on the show. He lets everyone speak, whether he agrees with them or not. So that just tells me that you don't watch Jesse Lee Peterson at all. And again, hey, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, different shows for different folks. And I'm not here to freaking cape for Jesse. I just think that that comment and those words are emblematic of a far greater issue that we have as a quote-unquote community. We allow people to just say things based off nothing. Now, it's one thing if you watch and you can actually like give a real take on Jesse. That's one thing. But if you're just gonna say, hey, this is this and that, and not even know what the hell you're talking about, just saying, well, basically because I don't agree with him, I can say whatever I want about him. Well, no, again, that's a huge issue that our community faces. So we got to stop that. And then if you're part of that problem, then you got to stop too. It starts with you. All right. If you want to critique something, then do your due diligence. Figure out what you got to figure out. Not what you got to figure out. Figure out everything going on, the left, the middle, and the right. Right. And be as objective as possible. And then that's how you'll be able to make more sound analysis on what the hell's actually going on. All right. So it looks like that this person got a response from somebody saying you need to check more his videos. Also, he is not asking for respect. LOL. He doesn't care what people will think. There are 7 billion people. You can't please all. Yeah, exactly. This person, F. Genie Zatir, basically hit it on the head with that one. Jesse's not asking for it. Most men aren't asking for acceptance and respect, because most men understand that respect is earned. You know what I'm saying? Like, as people have to earn your respect, they have to earn. You have to earn theirs. So if people don't respect me, I guess I haven't earned their respect. But I'm also not even really trying to earn the respect of everybody. You should have respect for your fellow man, right? Like, as a man, and I don't just mean a male. I mean a man. Most men can identify other men. Then obviously there's going to be a base level of respect there. But for the most part, again, it's earned. People just walk around thinking that they're just supposed to get things just cause. Like, no, that's not how this shit works. You have to earn your keep. All right, so let's go on. Let's see what else we got. Looks like I might have replied to this one. Oh, yeah, this brother or sister, whatever, was just going on. I'm going to read this comment, although I already commented. But I'm just going to read this comment because this person said a lot of things that was just... how do I say it? Didn't really... It was kind of like redundant. Like, you're saying this to say what? All right, so let me just read it. Let's not forget Rashad is an educated man. Okay, so let's stop right there. What the hell does that mean? Because he's a quote unquote doctor in theology, right? He's an educated man. So what's that supposed to mean? Is that supposed to mean that Jesse's uneducated because he didn't go to the school that Rashad Richey went to? And I think that that's very dangerous, quote unquote thinking. If you even want, that's why I put thinking in quotes, because I wouldn't consider that thinking. Just because someone went to, I think he might have went to Howard. I forget what this dude went. He went to some school, obviously, but just because he went there does not mean that he's is intelligent. You know what I mean? And I think we should be focusing on, how intelligent people are, as opposed to like, hey, this person was indoctrinated, i.e., they went to this 4-year school and then they did this, doctorate program afterwards. So they were able to check all these marks off. Therefore, we should just, basically kowtow to them and whatever the hell they think and say. Well, no. Because I know a lot of people that have, many degrees, and that doesn't make you intelligent. All right, there's a difference actually between, intelligence and and also the knowledge that you have. Are you knowledgeable? Were you able to basically remember things that people said in a textbook, and then you could regurgitate it in a test? But what does that mean about your thought? How does your brain react to that information? Do you take that information and then do you expound on it, or did you just memorize it and you can write it down? Again, I went to school, and I'm not knocking people for going to school, but you got to understand something. That does not mean that you're going to be intelligent, or that you are automatically intelligent just because you have a degree. All right, so when you lead off your comment like that, let's not forget Rashad is an educated man. Well, no. Rashad is an indoctrinated man, as we all know, right? And again, it's not a good way to start off your commentary, because what does that mean? So going on, let's not forget that before the interview, his producers provided Jesse with the topics that will be discussed. Well, you say let's not forget, unless you're his producer, or I'm his producer, or you're Jesse or I'm Jesse, then how can we let's not forget something that we wouldn't know? And it could be assumed that were the case, but why would we even go to that? Why would we even assume that? Huh? Why? I mean, there's no reason to. And again, as per the conversation was going, it's also irrelevant. Again, you guys, if you haven't seen the video, then watch the video, then you'll know why I'm saying that. Jesse is not reading that, and we all know that. That's not his lane. But when you jump on a show like The Bullpen, it should be considered, no? To that point, I'll say this. When you jump on a show, because Jesse already has a show, he's jumping on another show, there's a level of respect, that should be earned, because, hey, we both work in the same sphere, kinda. Now, obviously there's differences between the two, ideologically speaking, and then I would even go as far as say spiritually speaking. But again, there's still like, okay, that camaraderie, like, hey, we both have shows and we both bring guests on, So I think from that perspective, assuming that Jesse did get, the message from the producers, that he probably was like, well, at the end of the day, like, this is a show. I've been on the show hundreds of thousands of times. Like, this is going to be all right, whatever. And take what you will of that. Let's just be real. He was not prepared. Well, again, I don't. It depends. If you say the preparedness comes from Jesse actually knowing what was in the George Floyd bill, then yeah, all right, then yeah, he wasn't prepared. But if you understand the world on a higher level, as I do, then you understand that anything coined after George Floyd is not going to be beneficial to quote unquote black people. You want to know why? George Floyd wasn't even, or couldn't even be beneficial to his own life. Obviously, how the hell is he going to be beneficial to quote unquote black people now? How's any bill going to quote unquote help black people now? George Floyd was killed, quote unquote killed, because of his own actions. He led himself to that position. Period. Full stop. So, and again, like I said in the original video, unless the bill is, we're not going to put knees on necks anymore, then no, there's nothing I want to hear about the George Floyd bill, because it's not going to do anything for our people. And if you're actually a solution-oriented person or solution forward-thinking person, then you would already understand that. There's no solution going to be in a bill named after George Floyd. All right? I think the saying goes, when you know, you don't got to ask. You know what I'm saying? So again, when you understand how the world moves and works, you don't have to ask these questions. You get it already. Now, Hef, I'm sure you are set in your ways, and I'm not here to change your opinion. We live in a world now where agreeing or seeing the fault in our beliefs shows weakness. Well, I don't agree with that part. I don't think that... what's up, Unc? I don't think that... hold on, I gotta reread that. We live in a world now where agreeing or seeing the fault in our beliefs shows weakness. Well, again, that's a very weirdly worded statement. Seeing the fault in your beliefs. What's the fault? Without a fault to pinpoint, then I don't really know how to take that. So, I think, if you... Well, I think I get what the person's trying to say, but look, I'll tell you like this. You should always be changing and adapting in the world that you live in the world that we live in, all right? And basically always like appraising and reappraising, yourself, the people that you're around, your environment, and all that stuff. And if you're doing that, there isn't going to be a weakness, because you're constantly appraising yourself and constantly getting better. So now if you're not doing that stuff, and you just blindly, quote unquote, believe things wholeheartedly, then I guess, yeah, you can find yourself in a few compromising positions like that. So, brother, that does not really apply to me. All right. And again, I'm not perfect, but I work on myself, and I work on the condition that I'm in, and I, strive to manifest the future reality that I want, not just for me, but for my family, my kids especially. So, I think maybe you could adapt that as well, and definitely not just you, but others. Everyone should, in my opinion. But I'm not here to tell you what to do. Let's just put facts out. Well, I don't know why we would put the facts out, but all right. You mentioned Juneteenth is not a holiday. Well, technically, it is a federal holiday. Technically, however, Juneteenth isn't a holiday because it's not a biblical holiday. It's not a real holiday. It's just literally just a federal holiday that the quote unquote Joe Biden administration gave to quote unquote black people. And the interesting part is he didn't just give it to quote unquote black people, because again, I said that in the video that I did on Juneteenth. Unless Juneteenth is a federal holiday where it's like, all right, yeah, everyone gets off, that's black. So if you're not black, you actually got to go to work. Then all right, then hey, that's for quote unquote black people. Now, is that anything worth writing home about? No, because that's still not reparations. That's still nothing that we really fucking want. And again, most quote unquote black people, especially from the area that I'm from, the Northeast, don't know no Juneteenth. That was more like a regional thing. Based off the research that I've done, Juneteenth was a regional thing. All right, so how the hell can you take a regional thing and try to give it to all quote unquote black people, and they're just supposed to accept it? But you do got a whole bunch of Negroes out here that do accept it, and they just run with it. Oh yeah, Juneteenth. Ain't never heard that shit a day in that goddamn life. But out here, Juneteenth. Like, come on, man, you're looking silly. But all right, let's just continue. Why is Columbus Day or 4th of July a holiday? Well, again, those are all federal holidays. 1, 2, they're not biblical, just like Juneteenth. So from my perspective, my point is none of those days are holidays that quote unquote black people should be celebrating. Okay, but if you want to ask a question, and I highly doubt you're looking for an answer on that level, so you're probably asking from a level of, oh well, those are fake holidays. Juneteenth is not a real holiday. Then why is this holiday real? Well, the Independence Day of this country. If a country's going to make any day a holiday, which is supposed to be a holy day, it will be the day of its inception. So that's a dumb question, my brother. Why would you ask that? Obviously, July 4th would be a holiday. Or say it happened on July 17th. That would be the day, okay? Columbus Day. There's history behind that, brother. There's history behind that. There were groups that literally, not pledged, but basically funded movements to make Columbus Day a holiday, all right? So just because things are quote-unquote holidays in America doesn't give it any more validity, all right? So just because Joe Biden said, Juneteenth's a holiday, now in your mind, like, that's some valid shit that you need to be fucking celebrating and doing all this nonsense for? No, dude, no. Let's see. You mentioned you did not read the George Floyd Act. Yeah, I did not read the George Floyd Act back then, and I didn't read it, and I haven't read it, and I'm not going to read it because I already told you. When you know, you know. When you know, and it's just been out, George Floyd died in 2020. So look, I can tell you that I haven't seen any change come from that people are referencing the George Floyd bill, like, oh my God, look at all the quote unquote black on black crime that's went down since the George Floyd bill, or all the freaking abortions that have gone down since the George Floyd bill, or anything. Nothing of note. So these comments here, brother, didn't age well for you. If that's the case, don't you give your listeners your assumptions before you actually do your homework so you can speak to it with confidence and understanding? So again, on my channel, on this YouTube platform that I have, I give my perspective. All right, my perspective. My objective perspective, which is how I perceive it to be the truth. The truth. That's why it's called the True Scope. So, and again, I wasn't on the show with Dr. Rashad Richey, but had I been on the show with Dr. Rashad Richey and he asked me about the George Floyd bill, I would have said the same thing that I said in my video. No, I did not read it because it's not going to affect the lives of quote-unquote black folks. It's not. It's not going to. So I don't need to read it to know that it's going to be some bullshit, because again, it's coming from the left side of the aisle, who literally doesn't give a damn about the black quote-unquote community, black quote-unquote men, or quote-unquote black men, doesn't care about any of that stuff. They use quote-unquote black men as pawns in their game to push their goddamn agendas. That's what they do. Literally, BLM came in when George Floyd got annihilated, and then they're getting LGBTQ initiatives put into place and shit like that. How the hell that happened, huh? A quote-unquote black man get choked with a knee, and then now we're getting LGBTQ legislation and all that stuff out in those Midwest states and shit like that. Come on, my man. Again, this is not shade. Well, brother, you're not qualified to throw shade, because you lack the basics. Okay, you lack the basics of understanding to be able to throw shade at me. All right, and that's just me respectfully, bro. Respectfully, you can't do that to me. This is just proving why we are so lost with information. It's our duty as content providers to provide factual information based on what's being discussed. Yeah, okay. And the fact of the matter is, like I said in the video, and I said it in this video, and I'll say it one more time for your ass, I did not read the George Floyd bill. I didn't say, I read it and this is what I think. No, I'm not lying. I didn't read it, and I'm not going to read it, because again, I understand how this society functions. I know what the pieces are and how they move. So I know anything coming out post George Floyd's death, especially from the left side of the aisle, especially if it's going to be named after George Floyd, nothing good can come from that that's going to help my people. And I have so many videos on this damn channel about how do we help the people. The only way you can help the quote-unquote black community is to help the quote-unquote black man realize who the hell he is and put him back in his rightful place. Because we're not going to be led from this through any legislation, number one, because this is a spiritual battle. And number two, we're not going to be led by quote-unquote black women out of this. They're actually leading us the wrong way. because of the absence of the quote unquote black man in these households, because he doesn't know who the hell he is. He's been brainwashed to believe that the quote unquote black woman is a goddess type, and he's supposed to freaking bow to her every need and desire and all sorts of stuff. And he's her son and her freaking husband at the same damn time. Literally, like the ancient Kemetic shit. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, he is Horus and Haru. He's Osiris and Haru. All right, that's literally who the hell he is at the same time, at the same damn time. So let's get back to this. Okay, let's leave our personal opinions out of it. If we have no idea what the policies are, it's important to provide a different lens to these topics, which is healthy. But making excuses for Jesse saying he was moving the idea of White History Month in July, come on, man. Look, Jesse Peterson has this whole White History Month thing that he does in July, and again, I think that Jesse is, whenever I hear him talking about it, it always sounds like he's doing it in like a mocking tone. So those are my thoughts. I don't think Jesse's 100% like, oh yeah, White History Month, praise white man, yada yada. I know a lot of pea-brained Negroes out there would believe that, because they don't know how to break things down and actually look at things from a more nuanced point of view. But it is what it is. So I don't believe he's being serious with that. All right, and again, he very well could be. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because it's not a real holiday. Just like Juneteenth isn't a real holiday. All right. Words matter. Jesse hasn't changed not one bit in the 20-year career that I know of. He doesn't back down or even try to hear another's ideas. He asks a question, then moves on. Anyway, that's my piece, and you can spin it and flip it any way you like. I'm just offering constructive criticism and implore you to do the very research you suggested your audience does before they make a decision. That's all. So he's trying to, he or she, I don't know who this is trying to basically say that I'm contradicting myself. And again, someone that doesn't understand the world, society, history, themselves, they will look at that and come to that conclusion. But again, if you understand what's going on, like for instance, I say this all the time, right? If an animal that looks like a bird, right? The shit's got wings. The shit comes out of a goddamn lake, right? The shit's got webbed feet and a bill. You don't have to wait till that motherfucker comes up to you and start quacking to say, okay, yeah, that's a duck. Because you already know. All right? You don't have to get that confirmation. You already know it's a duck. The second you saw the wing shit in the water, you had a feeling, right? And your feeling was correct, that it's probably a duck because it ain't pink, so it ain't no damn flamingo, right? And it's too damn small to be a goose. So, or a swan, or whatever. So, again, you don't have to wait to the very end to be like, okay, yeah, that's a duck. Or if someone is walking up, that looks kind of like crazy, head down low, hood over, you can barely see the face, it's nighttime, they got a hoodie on, they got their hands in the hood pocket, yada yada, you walking by yourself, they walking up behind you, they getting closer and closer to you, you know what I'm saying? You don't really gotta, wait to confirm by getting fucking stabbed the fuck up or shot the fuck up that person was trying to do some harm to you, right? You get that. So that's my point. So the George Floyd bill, I know who's writing it. I know what these people are about. I know that George Floyd wasn't a great man or a good man by any stretch of the imagination to have anything named after him. So already we're just, that's just a whole bunch of bullshit going on. So yeah, no, I don't have to read it to know that it's not going to impact quote unquote black people, especially when I already have my own principles and understanding on what we need. All right, this is a spiritual battle. All right, we need to follow the statutes and the commandments of the Most High. All right, and we need to put the quote unquote black man back in order, because until he's literally back where he belongs, there will be no order. There's only chaos. So again, unless the George Floyd bill would have been doing that, which I know is not going to, then I don't need to read it. I don't need to hear what's in it. It's just some more quote-unquote bullshit lip service for quote-unquote black people to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to vote for him. He gave us the George Floyd bill. So no. But This video went actually a little long. You know, maybe I need to work on shorten it up if I'm going to be doing responding to your comment videos. But then also I don't really get that many comments this long-winded. Until next time, y'all, do me a favor though. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let me know what you think about this video in the comments below. And if you haven't seen the video that we're talking about, I'll show you the name right there. Beta Male Loses It, featuring Dr. Rashad Ritchie and Jesse Lee Peterson. Boom. All right, y'all. Peace.